A total adrenaline rush. A bear just walked out onto the road. I'm debating on bailing out. All right, I am back on the trail for the second to last hike of the Superior Hiking Trail. I am almost finished. I'm at Judge Magney State Park, as you can see behind me today. This is kind of where I started off my last hike, but I was only briefly in the state park and then I was gone. So today I actually go through Judge Magney State Park up the Brule River for about 4 miles. And this is my last like real serious, cool river of the trail. So I'll have to film the shit out of this goddamn river. But the hike today is gonna be about 14 miles. So it's a little bit longer of a hike, but not too terribly long. And then I'm gonna camp at the North Carlson Pond campsite, which I hear is a beautiful campsite. We will see. I've never seen it, so should be nice. And then I have about a mile hike out in the morning, so should be real nice. So what do you say we get to walking? Something I forgot to mention on my intro, I actually saw on the shuttle ride to the park here 2 black bears. One little kind of smaller one that ran across the road, and then one that was kind of right off the road in the woods that we saw, and he was a bigger one. So I thought that was kind of cool. I've only seen 2 black bears my entire 15 years in Minnesota. All these miles on the trail, all these days on the trail, and then today I see 2. I've doubled my bear sightings in Minnesota just today. So hopefully we'll see some more bear. That would be pretty cool. Really what I'm hoping for is moose. I have not seen a moose yet, not even from a distance. So cross your fingers for this trip. All right, now that I'm at a state park sign, I can kind of show you where we're at and where we're gonna go. Started right down here in the parking lot. Obviously I'm right here. Here comes Devil's Kettle Falls, which is pretty much the highlight of the park. So I wouldn't expect to see too many people up past there. Then I'll hit a road walk for a while. The longest road walk I've been on the Superior Hiking Trail. And then back into the woods and off towards my campsite. So that's the plan for the day. All right, here's Devil's Kettle Falls. That waterfall to the right just keeps on going down towards the lake, down the river, while that waterfall to the left goes into that cave right there, and nobody knows where that water goes. They've sent ping pong balls, GPS trackers, paint. No one knows where it goes, so it's a big mystery. Well, looks like there is definitely bear in the area, and they are definitely eating good. So hopefully I don't encounter one here on the trail. I wouldn't mind seeing another bear, but at a safe distance. All right, I just got to the top of a really big climb coming out of Judge Magney State Park, and you got some views of Lake Superior out there through like the tops of the trees right there, and some really good inland views right there behind me. So pretty good views at the end of the park. Boy, was it a climb to get up here though. It's 90.5 degrees I'm reading, and it's a hot one out here. I've already killed almost all my water. This water's almost halfway gone. I think my other bottle's about halfway gone. Yeah, that's about halfway. I'm gonna have to stop and get water before I get to camp. It is a scorcher out here today. Well, I've gotten out to the road walk, which is actually like gravel road, but I'm kind of iffy about, I don't know if you can see back there, right? Like, what is it right there? There's a Superior hiking trail. It says SHT marker, and the map says the trail goes that way. So why would down there be a marker for SHT? I just don't get that. I want to follow the map and the trail, but I swear to God, if I'm doing more miles than I need to on a day like today, I won't be happy. All right, total adrenaline rush just now. A bear just walked out onto the road right here. He walked right in. He was walking right out the road right here. Walked right out to the middle of the road. I quick got my camera out to get my video going, and that's when he saw me, and he took off like a bat out of hell back into the woods. But I got a good look. I mean, he was 20 feet in front of me, maybe 20 feet in front of me. Woo! That'll get the heart beating right there. I mean, he walked out right in front of me and looked around. I mean, right as I got my camera up and I hit record, he was gone. And by the time the camera usually when you hit record, it takes a second or two to kind of load and then start recording. And that second or two that it took, he was gone. But man, whoo! I said I wanted a bear encounter, but I said I wanted a bear encounter today, and I got it. I got it close. And man, he took one look at me and just turned around and ran so fast he was tripping and falling. And see, that's the thing right there. I don't know how many people I've told that have asked me, you go out into the woods without bear spray? You go out in the woods without a gun? Aren't you scared of bears? I'm like, no. Black bears in Minnesota are more scared of humans than we are of them. Like, I saw that black bear and I just stopped to get a video or a picture. But that black bear took one look at me, and boy, he stumbled so quick turning around and he was gone. I mean, like I said, all it took was 1 second. He was back into the woods. So it was a cool experience for me. I just wish I could have gotten it on video, or at least got a picture. I just wasn't quick enough. I saw him walking out just as he was walking onto the road is when I saw him. He took his first steps onto the road, and then he saw me and I saw him, and he was gone. But yeah, whew, like I said, that'll get the adrenaline and the heart pumping in the middle of the day when this road walk has been taking a lot out of me. I mean, it says 90 degrees out here, and it's nothing but sun on this rock. And I was getting pretty beat coming up the hill. And then I saw that bear, and now I feel like I want to go trail running now. That'll definitely get the heart moving. Stopping for a little break here and down this water, and I mixed a little Gatorade thing with, and I am beat after this road walk. That bear gave me an adrenaline rush, but when that adrenaline rush wore off, whew, I'm tired, I'm beat. But the trail goes back into the woods here in like 0.2 miles, so I'm just taking a little break here in the shade. Back on the trail, but This hike's kicking my ass today. It is hot out here. All right, back on the trail, man, shit. Well, it is hot and I am beat, but I just turned down a bailout. Some guys came out of one of these private property roads out right off this little unmaintained road in a truck, and it was two guys, and I was just sitting there, you know, taking my break, and they stopped and asked me if I needed a ride, make sure everything was okay, because they said they'd give me a ride out to my truck or wherever I needed to go if I needed a ride. So that was quite nice of them. But I told them I was just taking a break and I was good. So, but that was my bailout right there. But I only have, I think, like 5 miles left. So 5 miles till camp at least. So not too much longer. Well, this has been the trail for almost like a mile now. Pretty overgrown, which is what I expected. I've kind of heard from people how overgrown this area is this time of year, and it's not very well maintained since you're towards the northern terminus of the trail, where there's not a lot of people up this way. It's pretty much all section hikers and through hikers. Not a lot of day hikers come this far up, so just gotta expect it. Break over here at the Hazel campsite. I still have, gosh, I misread my mileage before. I thought from this point I had 3 miles to my campsite at the North Carlson Pond, and really it's 5 miles, and it's like 5 o'clock. So it's like this hike is taking a lot longer than I anticipated it would, just because of the heat and all the breaks I've had to take and all the water I've had to get, and it's just, I'm debating on bailing out tonight. I'm debating on just getting to the North Carlson Pond campsite and maybe get some food and some water, take a break at that point, and then hike the 1 mile out to my truck. But I'm just not feeling good at all. I am so spent. I have drank probably 4 liters of water and I still have 5 miles left. 6 if I want to bail out. And then by that time, if I bail out, it would probably be 7, 8, probably closer to 8 o'clock at night, I'm guessing at this point. I'll make that decision when the time comes, I guess. All right, I'm back on another road walk, and this is too much. I'm calling it. I'm beat, I'm done, I'm spent, I have nothing left. I've even tapped into my emergency Gatorade. And it's 90-degree Gatorade. I just don't have enough to do this. Even if I get to camp, I wouldn't have the energy to even want to set up camp or make dinner or anything. So my plan is, the end of this road walk ends up to Tower Road, I believe it is. Comes out onto Tower Road for about, I think, a mile, maybe less. And then that hits Arrowhead Trail. And then I take a left, and I think my truck is about a mile up the road from that. But my campsite is like 4 miles away, so this is the much quicker, easier way to bail out. This is my first bailout ever of a hike. I've never hiked this far in this heat, and now I've learned my lesson. But of course, at the same time, it was not supposed to be 90 degrees today. It was supposed to be like 75, which is what I started out with this morning, which was beautiful. And then about halfway up the Brule River is when it hit about 88, 89 degrees, and it's been 90 degrees ever since. Right now, 88 degrees in the shade, and it's cooling down because I say cooling down 2 degrees, because now the sun's there, and it is no longer up there, but it is just hot. It's not humid, it's just hot. And there's no bugs out here. The bugs are minimal, but the heat's got me. It definitely got me. So I'm gonna take another 5 here on the road, and then it's road walking all the way back to my truck from here. I mean, I won't be back to my truck till probably 7:30 at night. I wouldn't have been to camp till 8 o'clock at night for sure. This is just such slow going. And this is actually, and the guidebook tells you, this is one of the easier sections of the Superior Hiking Trail, which it is. There's hardly any hills. It's pretty flat terrain, but when it's 90 degrees and your pack weighs 20 pounds, really it's almost 24 pounds, something like that is what I weighed it at before I left. But my water's been pretty much empty the whole time, and now this Gatorade, so I'm sitting at probably a little under 20 pounds, but it's just that 90 degrees, it gets you. And like I said, I got nothing left. I've got to bail. If an ATV or truck came down this road right now, I'd ask for their help. I really would. I'd be like, can you take me at least to Arrowhead Trail and I'll walk the rest of the way? But there's no helicopter coming to pick me up, so it's just one foot in front of the other until I get to my truck now. I'm finally on like a real gravel road, not a elite 4x4 off-road. Boy, if I ever meet anybody that has a truck that they think can go anywhere, I know where to take them. Oh, that was a strenuous 4x4 trail, even just a hike up. My goodness. So now I got this road that goes about a mile to Arrowhead Trail, and then probably a little bit less than a mile up Arrowhead Trail to my truck. But I am spent. Even this road walking has got me completely and totally done. My water's almost gone. I am totally and completely out of energy. Everything hurts. And I've done plenty of 10, 12, 14 mile days and never felt like this before. and never drank this much water before. So it's just too hot out here. Now it's it's cooling down. It's 84. But 84 doesn't mean too much to me right now. I am so spent and beat. I am just done. So I'm gonna head on down this road and maybe check back in once I get to Arrowhead Trail. Well, there's that road that is a pretty serious road. All right, I've made it onto Arrowhead Trail. No cars yet to help pick me up, of course. I am so beat. This was a wise decision to call it for today. I have nothing left. I don't feel good. I don't feel healthy at all right now. So my truck is just, I don't know, maybe 0.1 or 0.2, just kind of right around this corner I'm coming up to here. And then I'm out of here. The hike was actually a really good hike up until about the Hazel campsite. When I took that break at the Hazel campsite and talked about bailing, once I put my pack back on and left that campsite, my body went downhill quick. Real quick. And then this road walk, the gravel road walk, the off-road 4x4 trail road walk on the way out didn't make things easier at all. It was a shorter way out and quicker way out, but definitely a harder way out, I feel like. But I'll have to come back and hit that last, 3, maybe 4 miles of trail that is, little section of trail. I'll have to come back and hit that another day, because next week is the final section. And that will be the end. It's kind of crazy that it's this close, but hopefully next week is not 90 degrees. So catch me on that next one.